All right, here we go. I'm going to talk about feeling rested. What can I do to make sure that I'm actually feeling rested? I'm trying to get better sleep. I'm trying to get a better sleep routine, all this stuff. And when we talk about actually getting rest, the importance of that on your health, on your stress levels, on your digestive system, on your metabolism, nothing can beat it. You can be following the perfect diet. You can have the perfect workout routine. You can be taking the perfect regimen of supplements for you and still not feel good and still have problems and still have setbacks because you're not getting rest. You're not actually getting rest. I'm sleeping for 8 hours, but I don't feel rested when I wake up. Yes, that's a thing. So I want you to realize that there is a huge, huge difference with just sleeping and actually feeling rested. So if you're not feeling rested, this is a big area to focus on, right? So when I talk about these things, I want you to know that there is no one size fits all. If something shifts or changes with your health, it can shift and change what you're doing as well, and you have to kind of keep changing it. It sort of feels like trying to hit a moving target. You know? Trying to hit a moving target. So that's fun. Some people have bouts of insomnia or issues with rest around certain times of the month, around a full moon, around other things, right? If you're like, is that a real thing? Yeah, that's totally a real thing. It's great. It's great. It's super fun. So how can I actually get rest, right? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about getting real rest, right? How do I know that I'm actually getting real rest? And let me make sure that I can see your comments over here. I have my computer over here. So I just want to make sure I can see your comments. Nope. Okay. Anyway, so how can I get rest? This is the number one thing that I'm going to put here is not fun. It is not exciting. It is not like, I'm going to write this down and you're going to be like, seriously? Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. 1, routine. Routine, literally doing the same thing at the same time every day, every evening is going to be the most beneficial thing to get your body actual rest. Your brain, your body responds off of a routine. It likes to know what to expect. It likes to be able to power down at a certain point every night. It likes to follow the same pattern all the time, right? Sometimes we think just because we are older or have more cognitive thought or something that we don't need the same things that young humans need, that kids need, children need, right? Babies, kids, young humans respond best, and for those of you that have been around kids, understand this at a very deep level. They do best when they have a routine. When their bodies know what time to wake up in the morning, when their bodies know what time to go to bed at night, they have a regular eating routine, all this other stuff. This is literally the most important thing to help with rest. Because supplements, food, exercise, all that stuff aside, yes, right? You can do all the perfect things and still have a hard time if your routine is not nailed down. So when we talk about routine, what does that mean? I'm going to write down, you need to have a routine with waking. And specifically, sunlight. Sunlight. You need to tell your brain you're waking up. You need to have a routine with, I'm just going to put food and exercise. Overall, like be active during the day. That's one of the most helpful things if you have some type of activity. You don't have to run a marathon or anything, but just have some type of activity throughout the day, right? And then have a routine for winding down. And that can be, it needs to be dark, or I'll talk about red light. This is sloppy. This is sloppy. But it needs to be dark. You need to have you can take supplements, things like that. You can have protein or whatever you want to do. But you need to have the right routine at night that tells your brain to shut off. When we talk about being rested, it takes a couple of things. You need to have cortisol active during the day, and you need to have melatonin active during the night. Those two are the opposite of each other. Cortisol during the day, melatonin at night. And if your melatonin levels are low, a lot of people are like, I'll just take melatonin and then I can sleep. Well, great, but that doesn't mean that your cortisol levels are going to be corrected during the day. And a lot of times people will worry about, I don't want to get addicted to melatonin or be on that forever. Right. So you have to work on the cortisols during the day and the melatonin at night. And this is one of the best. This is it. Like literally the same thing. It doesn't even have to be perfect. But for, let's say, holiday weekends, like it is, this is one of the things that can throw people off. Like you might feel like, oh yeah, I feel good, or I get some time off, or I'm doing some other fun activities. Yes, absolutely. But if you're doing things that are so off base from your normal routine and not letting your body get enough rest or routine back, you know what then it's going to be hard to keep moving forward. Then you're going to spend next week playing catch up. Next week, you're going to feel like, oh, I just feel kind of tired all week. Oh, what's wrong with me? You had everything that was off during the week or from the weekend. That's what it was. Your weekend was so off from your routine that it messed up your next week. So it gets really hard to fall back into that pattern where your brain understands, oh, it's time to wake up in the morning and fall asleep at night and be rested, because your brain, to get that deep, restful sleep, it's different brain waves that you have to go into. So I have a super fun story about this. So there's a gal that I started working with just over a month ago, and we had a check-in call last week, and we were talking about her sleep because her sleep was atrocious. She was not feeling rested, exhausted in the morning, all this stuff. And she was like, yeah, I have a watch that tracks my sleep routine and everything else, right? How many of us have used that or seen those, right? Yeah, it tells me I'm only getting 45 minutes of deep sleep a night. And I was like, yeah, that's not enough. That's not enough to really reset your brain. That's not enough. While you're sleeping, your brain and your body detox. So if you're not getting restful sleep, you're also not detox. There's a whole other cascade of issues with this, right? So we worked on some things. And one of the things that we worked on, and in the comments, there's a link to, for you to get more information and get on the wait list to work with me in a one-on-one capacity. Because we closed registration for the 6-month group that is starting in July. That includes a Dutch test and everything else. But if you're like, yes, I need to work on this, yes, I need help, then go in the comments and click on that link. But this is one of those things that when we started working on stuff for her, she was like, yeah, I'm getting sleep. She was like, yeah, it is what it is. It's been like this for a long time, whatever, and I was like, no, this needs to be better. This is going to make a huge difference in how you feel. So I had her check-in call, and her watch told her that she went from 45 minutes of deep sleep to 2.5 to 3 hours on average a night. 3 hours. That's 3 times the amount of deep sleep that she was getting. And she was like, I feel so much better. I am waking up with so much more energy. She's like, I still don't feel like I have the energy that I should, but I'm on my way there. I was like, yes, exactly. But she's like, my energy is better. I'm more active during the day because of it. My brain fog is gone. So much stuff has changed. And a lot of it is linked back to your own body functioning better. And remember, you cannot force function. You cannot force your body to rest better. All you can do is set yourself up for success to have it happen and get your body the routine. The most powerful, impactful health things that you can do are often related to routine. They're not a fancy supplement. They're not a fancy whatever. Because you can't out-supplement. You can't outrun not getting rest. But if you have this routine to start with, then adding in those other things, is fantastic. So these are the things that I help with when we work together. So again, comments, click that link, learn more about that. If you're looking for more information overall, I have my books, The Female Fat Solution and The Female Menopause Solution. These are on Amazon, all about nutrition and hormones, things like that. I talk about some of these aspects as well in the books. And then I also have my podcast, The Female Health Solution. And then I also have my tinctures. Now these are for hormone balance, estro balance, and progesterone balance, taken days 1 through 14 and 15 through 28. And then I have my adrenal balance. So if you are worried about stress and everything else, taking a serving of this at night before you go to bed is fantastic. So so that's what I got for you guys today. Please let me know if you have any other questions or anything else. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later.